Oh, really? I can't hear my voice here. Hi, Vanessa. Just want to see if I can. My voice is coming through. Hi, Chris. Hi, Genevieve. G'day, Andrew. Hi, Tracy. Very windy and gusty. If I'm cutting out, maybe refresh the broadcast, just start it again. And it could also be because of these winds and storms that people are talking about, that may be having an effect. Oh wow, Eva, is that to get out of the really cold weather? White landscape, I'd say so. Hi everyone, let me get rid of that music, there we go. Hi and welcome to episode 275 of Ask the iPad Man Live. Thank you for all of your fantastic questions yet again. There are so many. I think when I posted a comment saying, looks like I'm going to get the night off, well, the questions came out of the woodwork, didn't they? And plus, there were plenty that I didn't get to last week. So we are going to get stuck into this show because there are so many questions to get through. Now, if I am cutting in and out, there seems to be a lot of storms and stuff around. Where I am right now, it has really good broadcast quality. I'm just going to check the statistics just to see what throughput we're getting. It's cutting in a little bit in and out. So I might see if there's the ability to, I don't think I can, remove the YouTube broadcast. So fingers crossed it's good enough. It's telling me that it is, but let's see what you all have to say about it. So before I kick into the questions, if you do live in Perth, it is, and you want to see me do a free presentation on security and privacy, you will need to book quickly. I believe that this is almost half full already, and we've still got 2 weeks to go before this presentation. So if you are in Perth, visit theipadman.com/Perth to save your spot. And if you are interested in lunch, maybe let me know in the comment section. I'm looking at a nearby restaurant, and we'll probably only be able to fit 20 people at the restaurant, but we'll see how we go because there'll be a lot more coming to the presentation. So if you are in Perth, make sure you follow that link. Now, Marion asked me last week and the internet stopped. So I need to finish this answer because Marion asked, she said, I have a grocery list in my reminders and it automatically divides it into sections such as bakery, seafood, and she doesn't need that, doesn't want the particular sections, and would just like Siri to put my needs in the grocery list without these sections. Thank you for your help and hope you're enjoying WA. And sounds like it's a bit hot. It's getting hot now, I can tell you. When we were first here, we had minimums of 12. Now we're up into the 30s and 40s, so it is pretty warm. But Marion, let's jump to my phone and take a look at the shopping list. So I'll move to my phone screen. There we go. And let's open reminders. reminders. And here is my shopping list. And so you can see what Marion means here. I've added butter, milk, and it automatically puts it into a category. So here it's put butter and milk into dairy, eggs and cheese. So if I hit new item and I type cheese and hit return, then it moves out of this spot and automatically goes up into the section for cheese. Now for many people that will be useful. For Marion, it's not. So the solution is not, you can't tell Siri to change the settings. You just touch on the 3 dots up the top here and you hit manage selection, manage sections. It is show list info. Oh, see now I've forgotten. List type shopping. I had the answer last week and I thought, oh yeah, I know this already. Viewers columns. No, that's when it goes side by side. Viewers list. It is up here. Sort by manual. Sort by creation date. No, that's not it. I can't believe I've forgotten. See, we all have those moments and it's gone. So let's see if it's maybe out at this level. If I hold my finger and hit show list info, no. I mean, yes, you could change it to a standard list and then it'll just, here it says the sections, items in the section will be kept. So we're going to say keep, see how we go. Otherwise I'm going to have to come back. I can't believe I've forgotten. It's shopping, 3 dots, and it's meant to be just one of these options. Edit sections. Oh, there we go. Hide empty sections. No. Oh, bugger. I have to come back to it. Anyway, it's a setting like that where you just turn off the setting between having your shopping sorted or not. And there's just too many options in here that I can't seem to spot the one I want. Oh, that's just too funny. Anyway, let's move on and I'll find the answer, Marion. I'm thinking, seriously, I don't need to look this up. I know all this stuff. No, I don't. So Sue asks, is there a way to prevent a friend from tagging you but maintaining the post? So basically, is there a setting to not allow tags? So this is in Facebook when someone goes to, when they tag you in a post and you don't want to be tagged. You don't want your name to be showing up to all other people. So what you can do is go into your Facebook settings and tell it to only tag when you approve it. So let's jump into our Facebook app. Jump into Facebook. You touch on the menu, you scroll up, go to Settings and Privacy, and then touch Settings. And here we want to look at, oh, I'm in my page mode. I need to get out of my page mode because I'm in the mode for my business, not for personal. Let me jump to personal. There we go. So menu, slide up, settings and privacy, and then we can touch settings. And here you've got preferences for your news feed. You've got audience and visibility and permissions. So you've got all of this information that you can control. But what we want to do here is go to posts and how do people find you? Oh, there it is. Profile and tagging. I knew it was here. Has my brain totally left me in WA? Look at that sunshine coming onto my face. Let's see if I can stop it reflecting onto me. Okay, so here it is under profile and tagging, touch profile and tagging. And here when it says tagging, it says when you're tagged in a post, what do you want to add to the audience of the post if they can already see it? Like, who do you want to see it? So when you're tagged, you can let your friends see it or only yourself. But who can see posts that you're tagged in? And you can say, only me. You can control what happens with this tagging. Okay. And down the bottom here, it says, review tags that friends add to your post before the tags appear on Facebook. And here, review posts you're tagged in before the post appears on your profile. And so for both of these, you can just turn the reviewing on. And by turning the reviewing on here, what you're doing is you're saying to Facebook, yes, a person can take a photo of me. It might be you in a group. And they might tag you, but your name won't appear on that photo until you approve it in that tagging section. So it'll come up as one of your notifications here. Oops. It'll come up as a notification that you've been tagged in a post, and that you then review that post to see if you want that to become visible. Okay, so I have that set for me. I have, what's the, the sunlight is chasing my face. I can't tell where that's coming from. It's like I've got a tattoo down the middle of my chin. So I don't have any photos of me tagged as me until I approve it. And that for me is just a comfortable way for me to make sure that I'm controlling how my name appears on Facebook. And if it's a photo I don't like, then I can't stop the photo being there, but it's not going to be attached to my name. Okay. Vanessa asks, can I transfer YouTube Premium from my iPad to my TV depending on which screen I'm using? It's just me, so I don't want family sharing. Okay, so YouTube Premium. A lot of you spend money on Netflix. A lot of you will buy Stan or have one of those streaming services that you pay for per month. For me, the streaming service I use is actually YouTube. And by paying the premium, you don't see any ads ever. And it is brilliant. No pre-roll ads, no interrupting ads. It's just beautiful to watch. And Vanessa, if you do buy or pay for YouTube Premium, then all of your accounts that you're signed in with YouTube are free. Are free of ads, but they'll all work and they'll all synchronize. So here, if we go to my iPad and we come down to YouTube, and I touch on YouTube here, you'll notice in the top left corner here, it says Premium, and it's showing some of the videos that it thinks I should watch. But if I touch on any of these, it will be without ads. And now if I jump across to my phone and I open up YouTube, it will be the same. I'm signed in with that one account. I'm not having to pay premium per device. You pay premium for your account. So when I touch home on here, you can see I've got a premium in that top corner. There it is, premium up the top. And then you get the same videos being presented. If I go to my library, everything will be the same. And this is how you're able to take advantage of this incredible service. Now, Vanessa's just put a comment there in the chat that says, my TV and iPad aren't connected by the cloud to YouTube. And they don't need to be connected by the cloud, they just need to be connected to the internet. Okay, so as long as your TV in the network settings has been connected to the internet, you just go to the YouTube app. So I assume it's a smart TV or an Apple TV, and you just sign in and it'll actually tell you to open up YouTube on the phone and help make it easier. And if your iPad is connected to the internet, when you open up the YouTube app, you just sign in. And so that means here, if I go to my iPad, I'll flip my cursor back. Down the bottom here, this is your account. This circle down here, this is your account. So you're wanting to sign in to this account down the bottom here on each of your devices or on your TV. Okay, and for me, I now watch more YouTube than I do free-to-air TV. I watch more YouTube than Netflix or any of those others combined. In fact, I think I've only got Apple TV left, and that's because it's bundled into a package for me. But YouTube Premium, if you haven't considered it, do a trial and see how you enjoy YouTube ad-free for a month, and it will change the way that you watch YouTube. Anytime you see an ad after that, you'll want to throw the nearest object at the television. Oh, I skipped too quickly, Lorraine. Let me get back. Lorraine asks, how can I select photos and make them into a PDF? Okay, well, you can convert photos into a PDF, and you've got to go through a couple of steps to do that. So here, I'll jump to my iPad, and I'll open up the Photos app here, and let's go to All Photos, and let's just select a handful of photos here. And then I need to get them out of the Photos app into the Files app so that I convert them to a PDF. So I'll touch the three dots and I'll hit, sorry, not the three dots. I'm going to hit the Share button, touch the Share button here, and then slide up and hit Save to Files. So here I can save the files there. Where do I want to save them to? So let's go Demo My Pictures, and I'll hit Save. So now I've exported them out of my photos and imported them in effect to or made a copy that has been saved to the Files app. And so now I would open up the Files app here on my device, open up Files, and I need to go to the place where I just saved them to. So wait for it to wake up, go iCloud, Demo My Pictures, and let's scroll down until we see those photos. Here they are. And so I can select these three photos. I think I've even got 4 there. I think I did a demo just to test this. And then I can hit, I can then push on the screen. And now under Quick Actions here, it says Create PDF. I'll touch Create PDF. And so what it's going to do now is create a PDF document. Here we go. And here's the 4 photos that I selected, and they're all in that PDF. You can see there's page 1 of 4, 2 of 4, 3 of 4, 4 of 4, and that is a PDF. I could rename that here. Rename, photos from Perth. Done. And that is a PDF document. You can see there it says PDF. So you can do that for 1 photo, you can do that for 4, or alternatively, if you're wanting to, lay those images out, you could put them into pages and then turn them into a PDF. But I didn't get any context of what you were trying to achieve. So hopefully anyway, you've seen that it is possible. It doesn't matter where I move, the sunshine is chasing me. So also, when you are asking questions like this, try and give me a bit more context as well, because I'm doing my best to guess what you are using or wanting to do, and hopefully I cover off the answer correctly, but please try and give me more context when asking questions, because the device is so capable I don't necessarily understand exactly the thing that you're trying to do. So let me know if I'm on the money. Okay. Julie asks, how can I turn off Find My Watch so I can trade it in and clear to factory settings? Okay, so you actually don't really need to do the turning off the Find My for the watch. It will be a part of the process of removing a watch from your account. So as an example here, I will jump to my iPhone. Oh, Vanessa's questions jump back from before. Let's see that off the screen. There we go. And I will open up the watch app. So I'm not actually going to do this on the watch. I'm going to use the watch app to sign out because I just find using the watch app so much easier. And I do have a watch lesson in 2 weeks, coming out in 2 weeks. So look out for that because obviously there's been so many questions about the Apple Watch over the last few weeks, last month. So I'm working on that right now. So let's go to watch. And here's our watch app. And you can see here we've got my watch down the bottom. We've got face gallery here. This is where you can choose to add faces, and often I find it easier to add the faces from the phone and have them saved to the watch rather than trying to fiddle around on the screen of the watch. But if here I touch on my watch, I can now, up the top here it says all watches. I'm fortunate enough that I do have 2 Apple Watches. I've got my old one here, Series 6 I think, and the Ultra one. And so if I want to remove it, I just touch on the eye and I come in here and hit unpair Apple Watch. And that process, when you unpair it, it will back it up. So if you ever get a new watch or add to it again, you can restore all the watch faces you had. But that's all you need to do is come in here and hit unpair. Now I don't want to do this now because an Apple Watch is slow to unpair and slow to restart, and I don't want to wipe my devices. But touching the eye, and if you only have one watch, remember it's this all watches in the top left. So you've got my watch down the bottom, all watches, touch the eye of the only watch that you will have showing up, scroll to the bottom and hit unpair. Denise Carr asks, I'm going to Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia and Hong Kong soon. Cruise. Lucky you. What's the best settings for my phone so I don't get hit with hefty charges? And Kathy also had a similar question, going away on a cruise and then through Europe later on this year, and what are the best settings to have? And of course I've just come back and made all of the mistakes that I tell you not to make on my trip, and I probably end up spending $500 more than I needed to. So I'm working on this guide right now. At the moment it is about 23 pages long, okay, and it's going to go through step by step. Let's see if this will work as I change screens. Yeah, there we go. So oh, can I make that scroll? Yeah, there we go. So we've got 10 tips for cruising with your iPhone. We go through Wi-Fi calling, airplane mode, mobile data, using social media, a VPN, controlling data when you're off the ship, and we've got step-by-step instructions on exactly what you need to do with all of your settings. So that's almost finished. I should have done this a long time ago. I should have done this before I went away on my trip for me, because I would have saved at least $500 in costs in what I went through. So if you want to get a copy of this, please leave the comment travel guide in the comment section now, and as soon as it's finished I will send it through. I've got about 6 pages left to go, and then I'm going to create the video instructions to match the notes. But I think the notes are really powerful because you can take them with you. You can just either have it saved as a PDF on your iPad or print it and take it with you, so you've got the exact instructions and know when you need to turn mobile data on, when you need to turn it off, and when what individual settings there are within that as well, because there's lots and lots of advantages or different things that I've learnt that steal data, and you don't want them stealing data. So put travel guide in the comments section. Sue's saying she leaves in 4 weeks. You will have it in time, Sue. I do expect that I'll actually have this finished this Thursday. So, and also then share this with your friends. You know, tell when I do release this out, share it with your friends, because I think so many of us when we're traveling, it's like, what should we do? What's the best settings? And then often we compromise what we're wanting to do with our technology whilst we're traveling because we're paranoid about data, and then we might have things turned off that should be turned on. It's making sure, like, there are just so many things that you can do and tinker with, and that's hence where I thought this would be just a one-page cheat sheet, and it's 23 pages down the track. Yeah, okay. See, some projects start small, end up big. Thank you for all the comments. I can see plenty of comments coming through, so if you are after this travel guide, make sure, if you're watching on replay, put it in there, because I'll be sending through the link, and then we'll make sure that you are going to receive all of this information. Okay, try and keynote. Looking for the wrong button. And John asks, I cannot create an iCloud link in Photos. Have tried all the hints on Apple Help. So John, I can only assume here, because when I did a demonstration a few weeks ago suggesting that, because when you're trying to send a lot of photos, particularly in an email, they're just too big to send. So I was showing the way that you could just create an iCloud link from your photos. So here I'll jump to my iPad mini, and here again I will just select a bunch of photos. So I can hit select and select a bunch of photos, and then hit the share button, the arrow leaving the square, slide up and say copy iCloud link, and it will prepare an iCloud link for you. Now the only reason, now when you've done that, you just need to remember that firstly now it's just kind of in mid-air, and you would need to paste it somewhere. So as an example, here I could paste it into Notes, and you can see that it just pasted that link. But normally you would then paste that in a Messages app. It could be in Facebook Messenger or Apple Messages or in an email. You're pasting that link. That's the second part of it. But if that's not happening for you, then it is checking in settings that you do have iCloud Photos on. Okay, so you'd go to your name, touch on iCloud, hit show all, and make sure that you have photos on. Where is it? Up the top here, photos on. Sync on this iPad. Now I don't recommend turning this off and on if you've got a lot of photos. Like for me, if I turn this off and turn it back on, it will take weeks for it to resync, because I've got 42,000 photos and 8,000 videos here. So this is not a button you want to turn off and on normally. You know, it might be that there's a problem that we need to deal with, and therefore as a last resort, we might be turning that off and on. But if that's not on, then that iCloud link won't work either. So hopefully, John, that has helped you. Maybe other people can comment to let me know that your iCloud link does work for you. Anne asks, since updating iOS 10.3 on my watch, I have lost a few settings, and I'm going to restart that. I'm going to have a glass of water. Anne asks, since updating iOS 10.3 on my watch, I have lost a few settings such as torch and do not disturb. And yes, I can relate to this, and I actually don't like what Apple has done here. But anyway, they've done it and we have to deal with it. So let me just put the phone on the screen. Actually, let's see if I'll just do the top, and I'm going to open up the camera so I can aim it at my watch. Okay, so let's see how we go here. Don't fall over, camera. Oh, the sound just got better. What did I do? Does the sound just gotten better for everybody? That's quite strange. In my ear, it's just coming through a lot clearer now. Anyway, so here is, I better do my code first. And so here's my Apple Watch. And in the past, you used to be able to slide up from the bottom and you'd be able to see the torch and other menus pop up here. But now Apple's just given us all of these kind of widgets and notifications that have come up instead. And I must admit, I really haven't adjusted to this at all. But the secret to bringing your torch back is this button on the side. Hopefully you can see that there. Let's put a light on it for you. Turn on light. Okay, so it's this side button just underneath your digital crown. You know, and it's quite recessed in there, so it's really is hard to see, but it definitely is there. I'm just trying to get the light to show it. Okay, so what you do is when you touch that, all of your symbols come back. So we've got the torch, the battery, the text size and stuff like that. Now, if your torch is not at the top, you can actually come down to the bottom and hit edit, and then you're able to move these icons around. So you can hold your finger on the torch, wherever it happens to be, and you can move it to where you like. And I like having the torch up the top because I find it to be really useful. So again, I'll just click here. I can turn on the torch and you see it's going to go a solid white and then it'll get quite bright. And there we go. It's a really good torch. If I want to turn the torch off, I can just put my hand over the screen and the torch goes off. And because this is not on my wrist, it keeps asking me for my PIN code. Okay, I also like to move the ping my phone, because if I misplace my phone, I can just touch the button and it will ping my phone. But I think right now, because I'm not wearing the watch, it isn't pinging it. Here's my normal watch. I touch on the side, hit the ping, and it's pinging the phone. And of course that just, because I pinged the phone that the camera's working from, it just stopped the camera from working. Okay, so that's where it has disappeared to. It has just jumped from being the slide up from the bottom to being touching the button on the side. And so it's not lost, they just moved it. And Annie says she likes the new settings for the watch. So, and I guess that's why Apple did it. There's lots of people who will love it. And just for me, I'm just not used to where it has gone. Okay. Eva asks, I have set my iPhone 12 Pro so that I get random photos from my library coming up on the startup screen, but I've forgotten how I did it. Okay, and this is something that I absolutely love. This is a new feature that Apple introduced in iOS 17, or I think they might have even started on 16. But anyway, it's the personalization of our home screen. And for me, I just really love it. I've got so many home screens now. or lock screens, but then I do like to see them change regularly because you get bored having the one screen all of the time. So, this is my current lock screen. So you can see that it's just a beautiful shot, East Perth, and it's just, the colors are right, everything about the screen, that shot just is balanced. It's something I'm really enjoying, but I'll get tired of it. So I can change it. Now to change it, all you do is when you're on the lock screen, you hold your finger down on it, and now you can swipe between any other home screens you may have created. And in this case, in Eva's case, she has created this in the past but forgotten how to make the kind of random photos. So to make the random photos, I'm going to slide from right to left until I get a plus. And now I can create a new lock page. And it's going to make suggestions here. I can select photos manually. I can select people. I can select photo shuffle. So photo shuffle, let's select that. And now it's saying, what would you like to shuffle and how often? So I could go people. I could say I'd like it to shuffle through Amanda, Charlie, Trinity, and hit add. So it's going to shuffle through 3 people. I'm allowing it to choose pets, nature, cities. You can choose that. Or you can even now select an album and just choose an album, and it will rotate through those particular albums here. So if I touched on albums, it's suggesting favorites, but then I could go through and actually choose a specific album, but I'm just going to leave it selected here with all of those things. And then shuffle, how often do I want it to change? Do I want my lock screen to change every hour, or every day, or each time it locks, or each time I tap it? So I'm just going to put it on tap so I can demonstrate it. Tap, and I'm going to, here I can say use featured photos, so it's going to pick these photos for you, or you can go through and select the photos manually. You can touch down here and you can see this is a can of worms. I'm just going to move forward and hit use featured photos. Dum-da-da, let's see how long this takes. And this is spinning here. And the reason this is taking a little bit of time is that it now needs to download whatever all these photos are from iCloud. I've got optimized my photos for iPhone switched on, so I don't have the 50,000 photos on my device. And this will come through shortly once it's downloaded them, and then it will be able to shuffle through these photos. Now, whilst we're waiting for it to load, Denise has asked, does having lock screen on shuffle affect battery life? Not really. Apple is super efficient at using the battery. And if you think about it, it's only going to change every hour on the screens that you have, on the iPhones that have the screen on all the time. Otherwise, it's going to happen when you touch it. So hopefully eventually this loads. What I might do is move forward and then just come back once this is completed. Maybe because I've selected so many, I should have just said cities instead. Let's see if, yeah, I can't stop it now. So once that's complete, I'll come back and just show you how good it is. But see, so each time I touch the screen, it's going to change the photo. And so in that case, Denise, it would affect battery life because I'm touching the screen a lot. But you're going, oh, there's my photo. That's a good photo. Oh, what else is there? Touch. Oh, it's just a great way to relive. I mean, why do we take the photos for, if not to look at them and relive the memory? Okay, so I'm going to keep moving forward, and once that's complete, I'll come back just to show you how that's working. And of course, Eva has given me some feedback already. Brilliant, thank you. So that's how you do it, Eva. And go for your life, let me know what you create. That was worth coming in out of the cold, wasn't it, Eva? Enid asks, if I delete photos sent to me in Messenger, will they also be deleted from the photo library? And to be very clear here, Enid has said if I delete photos sent in Messenger, so this is Facebook Messenger, no, they will not be deleted from your photo library. Messenger does not have permanent access to your photos, and they don't, deleting a photo on Facebook or deleting a photo in Messenger is not going to have any effect on your library whatsoever. Okay, so you can be very comfortable in deleting the photos there. Now, the other thing to consider is when you receive a great photo from somebody on Messenger, whether it be family or friends, it's worthwhile saving it into your photos. Okay, if it's a family or friend that you know, it's worthwhile getting it out of that scrolling chat where we just forget that the photo even exists. Okay, so take advantage of saving it into your library, and yes, feel free to go nuts deleting anything that's older in the Messenger app. Judy asked, where does all that information about swimming go, i.e. online for anyone to look at? So was it last week or the week before? I can't remember. I think it was last week. I was talking about swimming and all of the statistics from my Apple Watch. It told me how long I swim, like how far I swam, what strokes I did. But Apple, remember, they are privacy first company. So this data is available to you and you only. It is not shared. Apple does encrypt it so that they can't see it. They can't have anyone in their facility, even if they walked up to all of their servers, they would not be able to get to your health data. Okay, it's all encrypted information. Apple has just been super, they're very pedantic about protecting our security and privacy, especially when it comes to health. Now in Australia, we have computer systems like the MyGov Health, I can't think of what it's called now. If that gets hacked, there's all of our medical data gone. Whereas Apple's saying, why don't you keep all of your medical data yourself, all of your health data yourself on your device, and you choose if you want to share it, and you keep it locked up all the time. So where does it go? It says I've got the hiccup. Denise says I've got the hiccups. No, I must be just stuttering, or the channel is blurring away. Okay, and it looks like my phone timed out and didn't deliver on that. I'll see if I think mine are all photos and not shuffled. I think they are. So I'll select something smaller next time for that photo wallpaper to show you. But in the meantime, what I want to show you is my health. So if I pull down, firstly, we have our fitness app, and that's where it puts in the things that you do from your watch. It all gets put into this fitness app. So we can see here, there's an outdoor walk, 7 kilometers, and there's the map of what I did. Because where I'm staying, not the ocean next door at the minute. But if I want to see all of that data, I can go to my health app. So I'll type in health. That's the one with the red heart. Touch on health. And you can choose what information comes here. So right now it's saying that I am not fit. I am in this below average category. So even though I'm starting to walk 7 kilometers and I swim, I haven't really been pushing myself. So it's saying that my heart is really not spectacular. I'm been below average for quite some time. Okay, I've got to go back a fair bit to get above average. So despite all of the walking, it has not been enough for cardio fitness. But if I come here and I slide down, there we go, there's swimming distance. So I can touch on that. In the last week, I've done 1.1 kilometre. Let's look at it for 6 months, averaging 614 metres a day. So that's taking into consideration when I'm not swimming. And here is all of this data that I can drill down to daily or weekly, yearly. And so here's my swimming average. This month looks good. March 2019, daily average 1.7 kilometers a day. Okay, so really good to be able to see this information at any time. And to choose what data is shown here in this list, you touch on your icon in the top right corner, and no, you don't. You touch edit. You touch edit next to the favorites here, and then you just put a star next to the thing you want to see. So if I wanted to see walking and running distance, and then hit done, and now that has been added to this list. Okay, so workouts, weight, walking, there's walking and running distance, 7 kilometers, so we can see the walking that I'm doing, and I can see all of that data. Okay, so it's all on your device, it's all protected and encrypted for you, and it's not public. No one else can see this information. Okay, I might turn the air conditioning on because I can hear the fans running, so that might be why there is a little bit of signal struggling. It is warm here in WA. So Marie asks, how do you delete bookmarks? Okay, well, the easiest way to do that, jump to my iPad. Let's open up Safari. And then on the sidebar here, I'll get this into light mode so it looks normal. Okay, on the side here we have this little kind of sidebar symbol. So you touch on that, and then you have your bookmarks here. You can touch on bookmarks. I've got mine mostly under favorites, but here I can hit edit, and I can then go through and, or let me get it to the point where, let's say it's in here. So here's a list of my bookmarks. I can touch edit and then just hit the red circle next to whatever bookmark I want to get rid of. So I happen to have a fairly organized bookmarks section. You can see here I can touch at the top here and see here's my business logins, here's some software I've bought, here's some Apple links I've saved, here's some Facebook shortcuts I use, here's scam sites I save, things for seniors. So I have this folder structure that's stored across the top of my favorites bar. And I have covered this off, and it is in one of my lessons, my Safari Ultimate Workshop. So if you are interested in learning how to do that, just put bookmarks in the comments and I'll send you a link to that course, and you can choose whether or not you want to buy that course. Of course, if you are a member, that is inside your membership, so you can go back and revisit that at any time. Helen asks, I updated my iMac and then my printer scanner no longer worked. Epson sent a link to get the printer to work. Scanner still not working. Little frightened to update iMac again, as the same thing reprinter might happen. Okay, well, ultimately here, Helen, you do need to keep updating. If Epson's printer is not compatible, then when the ink runs out, buy a new printer. A new printer will be cheaper than buying replacement ink. And if it's not compatible, then it sounds like an old printer, or maybe a good value printer. Rather than saying a cheap printer, it could just be a really good value printer, but they're not running with the standards of today for printing and sharing via Wi-Fi, because it should just work. Okay, you might have had the printer for years, I'm not sure. and there are definitely some models where you would go in there and the salesperson goes, this one's $10 cheaper and it's the same. Oh, but it doesn't have scanning on the latest Apple device. For the sake of it, for the cost of ink, wait when it's time to replace your ink, replace the printer. But never let your Mac fall behind in updates, because you'd hate to lose everything. You'd hate to lose money. You'd hate to have $10,000 stolen because your device isn't protected so that the $60 printer would work. Okay? It just means updating the printer to being compatible with the modern technology. Denise asks, re-passwords, do you recommend turning on delete all data after 10 failed attempts? So what Denise is referring to here is if I go to my iPhone and go to settings and go to my Face ID and passcode, it'll, let's see, I'm going to go to a different screen while I put in my passcode. Oh, failed. Oh, I was putting a code from years ago in. iPhone. Okay, so what you've got down the bottom here is erase data. Erase all data on this iPhone after 10 failed password attempts. And personally, I think the answer to this is no. You want to be able to track your device. If it's stolen or lost, they're not going to be able to get in. After 10 attempts, it means they're going to wait. Is it a day? Oh no, after 10 attempts, they can't do anything except plug it into your Mac again to get it. That's the only way you could get that operational, is it would have to be plugged into your Mac or wiped. But for you to have it erased means now it's untrackable and it is absolutely lost forever. So if you're a spy, a high-level director, work in high-level government, you might have that on. But as you can see from mine, I don't. And so I don't recommend doing that. It used to be that you could have your kids, grandkids play and enter the PIN trying to get in and get you locked out of your device. You wouldn't want the grandkids to be playing and then your device is wiped because they did that. Mind you, at the moment that would still take hours because they have to fail, wait a minute, fail, wait 5 minutes, fail, wait 15 minutes, fail, wait an hour. It takes quite a bit to get to that point. But still, you don't want that wiped with a grandkid mucking around with your phone. Good questions, good variety of questions tonight. So thank you very much. Keep them coming. If you have thought of a question, throw it in the comments. I won't be able to answer it tonight because we've got 9 minutes left. So I'm going to keep moving forward. And I don't even know if I can get through all of the questions. Anyway, so Kerry has asked, I have been getting an email from Google saying your email storage is full and I'm not sure if it is a scam or not. It says to pay $1.99. It is not a scam, it is real. So for those of you that have a Gmail account or possibly have used Google Photos in the past, Google changed the rules. They told us all we had unlimited storage of email and unlimited storage of photos for life. They changed their mind, which they had to because we started using it a lot more. And now once you get to 15 gigabytes of Google storage, you've got to pay $2 a month. So it's a little more expensive than Apple, but you get double the space that Apple gives you. So for 50 cents more, you get the space. Having said that, if you've got an Apple iPhone, Apple iPad, Apple Mac, why do you need the Google storage anyway? Google will try and hijack all of your info to their platform because they're not a really good hardware manufacturer. They're a great software maker. They make money out of ads and out of storing your data, but we're already doing it with Apple's. I don't see any reason to double it up and do it with Google too. Angela asks, can you please explain how to find double up photos? I saw when you explained it a while ago and did everything you said, but it didn't work for me. Okay, so it's not necessarily going to work for everybody every time. There are lots of things that can cause duplicate photos, particularly if you had lots of copies of them on a Windows computer in the past, if you use the blue folders. So right now, when you want to sort or have your device look for duplicate photos, you can open your Photos app, and if you have duplicate photos that your device has seen, then the word duplicates will appear here. Touch on duplicates and it's going to show you the list of duplicate photos. So you can see down the bottom here it says duplicates are, actually I might put this on their phone because it's easier to see. Let's go to albums, there we go, duplicates. Duplicates are classified both as exact copies that may have different metadata, as well as photos that appear to be the same but may have unique resolutions, file formats or other slight differences. So from Apple's point of view, they're saying if the photo is the same, like they're comparing it mathematically, same shape, everything about it's the same, has different file names, or one's a JPEG and one's a PNG, it will combine them because it is seeing them as identical but just two different formats, and it will keep the most amount of information it can in the one photo. It'll put them into the correct albums. Even if it's deleting the duplicate from an album, it will replace it with the original. It's really clever. But this duplicates only shows up if Apple's software sees it. And if that's not showing up for you and you still have duplicates, then we're going to need to use other strategies. And that might mean going to the App Store and searching for a duplicate photo cleaner. And it might use different algorithms to try and find those photos. So duplicate photos. And you can see that there's quite a few apps in here that say that they can find the duplicate photos. So it may be worth a try doing those. Also, where is the master library, Angela? Do you have a Mac or a PC? And if you have a Mac, I also have another program that I recommend for the Mac. It's about $47 Australian, and it's called Power Photos. And it uses different algorithms, again, to look for duplicates. So we do have lots of resources available. Give me a bit more information, and we'll see if we can help you with the duplicates. Regina asks, am I coming to Melbourne to do some lessons? Yes, I am. So I'll be in Melbourne for the majority of March. I think from about the 7th of March to the 12th of April. So I do have one venue that we've got confirmed, and we're just working on some more venues. So I'll have that out by next Tuesday's lesson. I'll put in a link here saying, the iPad Man /Melbourne, and you'll be able to see where I'm having group lessons. Now, if you want a one-on-one lesson with me, if you live in Melbourne and want a one-on-one, then put that in the comments as well. Okay, put in Melbourne appointment. Okay, obviously Melbourne's a pretty big place, so we've got to plan it all. I can't be going to Dandenong and Fitzroy in the same day, or Geelong and probably Geelong and Frankston in the same day. So please do maybe put Melbourne appointment, and maybe even just put me the suburb, so I can do some planning if you want to have me one-on-one come to you. Otherwise, I might look at a day where I grab a coffee shop and just say, come to me, where we can do a lesson as one of my lights dies. I'll switch another light on. There we go. Denise asks, I have a lot of messages which I don't delete, and pictures and videos in Messenger do these take up space on my iPad? Yes, they do actually. And every time you scroll past a Facebook Messenger or a Facebook post, it's storing data on your device. So I've said this quite a lot over the years. About every 3 months, I totally delete the Messenger app and then I reinstall it. Okay? I totally delete the Facebook app and I reinstall it. And by doing that, you free up the memory of photos and videos that have built up on your device. So as an example here, here's the settings app on my iPad. And if I go to general iPad storage, you'll see that this will build a list of the things that are taking up space. And here's Facebook, and it's 307 megabytes of the app, and it's 153 megabytes for the photos and videos and things that I've scrolled past. So I would hit delete app, and then I'd go and re-download it, or I'd delete the app, I restart the iPad, and then re-download Facebook, and then that 153 megabytes will be gone. And I've seen some people here who have had 1 and 2 gigabytes. And then the same would be for Messenger. So if we come down to Messenger, there we go, Messenger, and I don't have a lot here, only 53.4, so I don't look at Messenger a lot on my iPad. But both the iPad and the iPhone, you'd need to delete the apps individually and re-add them. And Brian, yes, bloody contacts, okay? Yep, we will get it sorted. I'll be in touch and we'll get an appointment and get your contacts sorted. Okay, Ruth or Ray asked, I'm not sure who, my iPad not connected to the Wi-Fi, unable to join the network. Okay, so from time to time our devices can get stuck and you go to connect to Wi-Fi and there's just issues and it won't connect, and it's your network, or it might be your work network or a friend's network, and it comes up saying unable to connect. So what I tend to do in those situations is start from scratch. I go into the settings, I touch on Wi-Fi, and then I touch this blue eye to the right of the network. Now it may be up the top here, but more likely it's going to be here under My Networks, and you would touch on the blue dot, and then you would hit Forget this network. And then it's going to forget that it's ever connected to that network, and then you go back to your Wi-Fi settings and then try connecting to that network again. And when you go to connect to that network, after just telling it to forget about it and go away, then there's the chances, well, in every instance I've seen this, we've been able to solve the problem. So hopefully, Ruth or Ray, that fixes it up for you. So how many have I got to go before last one? Last one, as we've just gone a little bit over time. Barbara asks, I have a document in my Files app. When I open it, it won't go through to Pages, so I can make changes to it. This nearly always happens when you're trying to open a document that is not a Pages app. Okay, so when you go to your Files app, you can see there's all these different kinds of documents that you can have. They can be PDF, they can be HIF, they can be lots and lots of things. And so if I go to my iCloud drive here, I could go down here to Pages. I can open up Pages, and here, look, I've got a PDF document. Okay, so I accidentally got a PDF document in amongst my Pages one. So if I try and open that in Pages, it won't work. So I'm actually going to go to Pages here, open it up. I'm going to go to iCloud Drive, go to Pages, and so you can see all these. Let me put in list view so you can see it. All these ones here I can open up, except when I would get to that one that's not a Pages document. And so here, look at this one here. It's an EPUB document. And even though it's in my Pages folder, trying to open up from my Pages app, it's grayed out. I cannot do anything because it's not a Pages document. Okay, so in my experience, anytime, so here's that one that I had before, I cannot get that open. It's grayed out because it's not a Pages document. So for you to be able to open a Pages document, Barbara, it actually needs to be a Pages document. So send me through a screenshot if I'm wrong, and I'll see if I can troubleshoot whatever else is happening. But in my experience, that's what happens. It could be a PDF document or a locked Word document or just any other format that's not Pages, and it just won't open up. Okay, we are done for tonight. We've gone over our hour. Thank you so much for all the great questions. I know there's more questions. No, not more tonight. We'll do more in next week's show. If I didn't answer your question tonight, make sure you put it in here now, and it should make next week's show, which will be at 7 p.m. Perth time. I'm trying to get used to the sun still being up when I'm doing this. Let me know what was your favorite tip or question in tonight's show. Put it in the comments, and maybe like the person's question. So give them a reward for asking such a great question. If you do want to see me in Perth, remember theipadman.com/Perth. If you do want the travel guide, write travel guide in the comments. And otherwise, I will see you all next week. Have a great week, everybody. See you later.